I'll never forget the day I found the old mirror in the attic. It was hidden behind a stack of dusty trunks and forgotten boxes, its surface covered in a thick layer of grime and cobwebs. As I wiped away the dirt, I noticed something strange. The mirror seemed to be staring back at me. Its glass was warped and distorted, like it was reflecting an image that wasn't quite mine. I felt a shiver run down my spine, but I couldn't help feeling drawn to it. I decided to take it downstairs and hang it in my bedroom, thinking it would add a touch of antique charm to the room. Big mistake. At first, everything seemed normal. I'd catch glimpses of myself in the mirror as I got ready for bed, and it would reflect the room behind me with perfect clarity. But as the nights wore on, I started to notice strange things. The mirror would ripple and distort, like the surface of a pond on a windy day. And then, I'd see things moving out of the corner of my eye, shadowy figures that would vanish when I turned to look. I tried to convince myself it was just my imagination, but deep down, I knew something was off. One night, I woke up to the sound of my own voice whispering in my ear. It was a soft, raspy whisper, and it seemed to be coming from the mirror. I sat up in bed and stared at the glass. And that's when I saw it. A figure standing just behind me, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. I spun around, but there was no one there. The whispering grew louder, more urgent, and I felt myself being pulled towards the mirror. I tried to resist, but my body seemed to be moving of its own accord. I reached out a hand and touched the glass, and as I did, the whispering stopped. The room was silent, except for the sound of my own ragged breathing. And then, I saw my own face staring back at me, but it wasn't quite right. My eyes were black as coal, and my skin was stretched tight over my skull. I was staring at a reflection that wasn't mine. A reflection that was twisted and corrupted. I stumbled backward, tripping over my own feet as I desperately tried to get away from the mirror. As I fell, I caught a glimpse of the figure standing behind me. It was me. Or at least, a version of me that I didn't recognize. Its eyes were black as coal, and its skin was stretched tight over its skull. And then, everything went black. When I came to, I was lying on the floor, my head throbbing with pain. The mirror was still hanging on the wall, but it was silent and still. I stumbled to my feet and stared at the glass. And that's when I saw it. My own face, staring back at me with eyes that were black as coal. I knew then that I was cursed, trapped in a living nightmare from which I might never awaken. The mirror had me, and it would never let me go.